And now she lives in a place where monsters smile.
Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree?
The same goddamn smile, that same...
I always feel like...
If you are anything other than some bedtime fucking story that we tell ourselves, then you will tell me why. Because what happens next is my favorite part.
Somebody's watching me.
And now we live in a place that monsters smile. And we still hope that maybe someday the good guys actually win. We've all been through genocide, war. We've been promised to be saved. They promised us to give our glory back to us. And after all these times of internet blackout and war and destruction, I still see that goddamn monster nearly by the window. The same goddamn smile, the same. Almost more satisfied. And I realized we've also been stuck in this place from the very beginning. Just as Donna said, this game is rigged. It's no matter what we do, no matter what we sacrifice. None of that means a goddamn thing if we can't decide to face our own shadows at the first place. Where there is no shadow, you can find a light to glow and move forward. This is Ellen the Marvelous, the movie gangster. A family member who just couldn't arrive to From Season 4 first episode releasing day, just not because of her fault, but because of a rigged game that caused a war in her country, Iran, and turned her country into farmland by itself. We experiencing not only chaos, but still under blackout. And you can't imagine how far I went to upload these reviews for you on YouTube, and I still have no access to anything online, where we not only have to bear with smiling monsters, and it seems the war only caused them a rebirth. We don't have any access to the free internet yet after 16 days, and we even can't speak for ourselves.
Like a dream.
I know I'm a bit late, but it's better than waiting for Godot. I watched both episodes for several times, only to look into that from different points of view, especially the matter of time travel and grandfather paradox theory I mentioned already about the man in yellow, which points to the human deepest childhood wound as a father's wound. That wisely connects the story to the illusion of Pennywise that turns into humans' deadly enemy and his worst fear that always connects to the deep father wound. I already discussed on that in my other reviews on It's Welcome to Derry reviews. And as John Griffin, as the main author and creator of the show, uses Stephen King's story patterns to create his own dark story, I thought From May goes this way. Again, I have too many things to talk and discuss about, and in this review, I want to point to some patterns that we have not only have seen in From TV show as the basic structure of the main events, but I want to call them the Stephen King patterns. In this review, as my first review on Season 4, I'm going to discuss on the huge shift that has happened in the show that we haven't felt a bit of it yet, and also some repeating patterns that they are creating by themselves. Just as ever, like and share the video to support me. Subscribe to my channel for more, push the notification bell to receive notifications as I uploaded a new review, and let's dive deep into the episode.
If you are anything other than some bedtime fucking story that we tell ourselves, then you will tell me why. Because what happens next is my favorite part.
Somebody's watching me.
Okie dokie, let's get back to From Playground and see where we have to begin from. Of course, from the very beginning. The show opens to that exact final moment we was watching in Season 3, as we saw the rest of the event. But this time, the scene opens from a top-angle view, as it seems someone is watching from above. There is a conflict between Julie and the man in yellow, as it seems Julie is time-traveling to change the story and save his father. As the man in yellow tries to convince her, she can't. She vanishes, and at the same time, we find that the man in yellow, who seems to be the big bad boss, is preparing another part that is his favorite part. Next shot is a car seen from Alabama has arrived to the tree, but this is not our common tree. And again, a priest. This is a priest, or maybe a pastor, is going to join the story. It's wondering how a lonely priest has ended up by the tree again. We don't have any further information about him and why he was riding in that road due to his early death. I feel this is another repeating pattern. Maybe he was heard a voice like Father Guthrie, and that voice has made him to ride all this way until he arrives to the tree, exactly as Father Guthrie mentioned himself, but this time this Father Priest has a daughter as well, who is the main trickster. At the first shot we see the priest, we only see him all alone and concerned in face. His car has arrived from Alabama, nothing else. Now Sophia can claim that this dead priest is her father, and at the same time she has arrived from Alabama. She can claim that, which is not correct. Now, and according to what we saw, we can argue that Sarah and Nathan never been siblings at the first place, because who knows how many times this trickster shapeshifter has turned into someone else and has appeared among people. This is exactly the seed of doubt that's been planted into our minds and also into the other characters from the very beginning moments through the very beginning episode of Season 4. I'm gonna look after the growing seed through the events and how this seed is spreading between other people. And the most important, how this fear of doubt connects to the further wounds in an extended view or family roots. These type of wounds even can affect many other people through the collective unconscious. And then this reaction appears as a pattern of behavior in our consciousness.
I always feel like
If you are anything other than some bedtime fucking story that we tell ourselves, then you will tell me why.
Because what happens next is my favorite part.
somebody's watching me.
Let's get back to the show. Next time, this is Kenny who picks a lantern, goes after Boyd into that deep dark dungeons, and being captured by Boyd himself as he turns his lantern off, begging him to leave. At the same time, a smiley monster appears in front of them saying hello to Kenny. Boyd tries to hide this embarrassment, but he can't. And again, this is Kenny with him as his companion to carrying all these burdens. The moment they leave the dungeons, Kenny doubts on himself as he mentions on he himself who burned that smiley monster into the fire before. In the next shot at the colony house, as Chrissy arrives to stitch Elgin's eye, she faces with Sarah, and as she asks the reason of her presence over there, this is Donna who is answering her, and her answer looks like a paradigm. Donna mentions on Sarah dropping Elgin's eye by a screwdriver, and without any hesitations, she adds she had reasons. Imagine how Chrissy should digest and comprehend the whole story at the same time. Next moment, she claims to Elgin that she has seen bad things happen to good people here. Such another paradigm. Back to the beginning, to that root cellar where Fatima was talking about a vision, or in her own words, her glimpse on these people who came from the woods at night, and mentions on how they turned into monsters after they made some type of dark deals with some dark creatures for eternal life and sacrificed their own children. Next time, back to the colony house, Boyd tells the truth to the people in the room whom he believed they had this right to know, and his words were confirming what Fatima already mentioned on such a freaking bedtime story.
I always feel like
If you are anything other than some bedtime fucking story that we tell ourselves, then you will tell me why.
Because what happens next is my favorite part.
somebody's watching me.
Officer Acosta is angry, and she has this right to be angry and scared at the same time. Because from the very moment she arrived to the town, she saw people doing weird things, putting all the blame on those monsters she even didn't knew about. And just because of that, because of what she has seen by herself, now calls on Boyd as a monster himself. To be honest, I just found the main reason for Boyd to hate on Acosta. If you look into Acosta's uniform, you can see a boat on her badge. I think the moment Boyd sees her and her badge, he sees that boat, if I had a boat, and you know what. I mentioned on Stephen King patterns, and I'm going to mention on one of them which has happened in this show and in this very episode. And I just hope creators don't want to end the show as it happened in The Mists, written by Stephen King. After all, it seems Boyd highly believes that Abby was right, isn't it? The moment Boyd and Kenny arrive to that sheriff station, Boyd opens a secret hatch in the ground, which even Kenny as his deputy didn't know about that. He pulled the green box out of that hatch, opened it using the boat key, looking for bullets for everyone, and asked Kenny for a head count. As Boyd was knocking on Kenny, he found out how much Boyd was broken. From the other side, this is Tabitha who arrives to her children, again hiding something, another secret. And at the same time, another car arrives to the town, crashes into the sheriff station. This is that priest car we saw already at the beginning of the episode, but this time it seems the priest is not completely alone.
I always feel like
If you are anything other than some bedtime fucking story that we tell ourselves, then you will tell me why.
Because what happens next is my favorite part.
somebody's watching me.
There is a drama queen who introduces herself as his daughter Sophia. This is the first clue for us to know that she's not her daughter, as we have had seen another shot from the man in yellow and his suitcase already. We already saw this suitcase for several times. First time, it was Tabitha saw this suitcase and pulled a bidding gun out of that when she was wandering into the dark tunnels with Victor. This time, this is the man in yellow who is pulling that suitcase out of the dirt, and after all, he uses that one costume in the suitcase to transform and shapeshift into another character as Sophia. We already saw in season 2, Tabitha pulled a bidding gun out of that exact suitcase. And who knows how many characters this shapeshifter has copied and transformed into already. As it seems, this Trickster shapeshifter, as the famous Stephen King's character Pennywise, can copy his sacrifices as well, and by this way he can turn into everyone else he desires to. And from now on, I am going to call this creature, who we called the man in yellow already, as It. Also, based on all my reviews on the show It Welcome to Derry, on analyzing the Pennywise's essence and identity, I'm going to confirm you that they have been trapped in a circus, or maybe a place like escape room, trapped by a shapeshifter trickster who is interested in playing games with people. let me have a quick glimpse on the show It's Welcome to Derry and give you a background on this man in yellow or whatever shapeshifter trickster creature he is. After all, we found that the yellow color is not important at all. He pulled his clothes out and dropped away. In It's Welcome to Derry, which was a TV show created based on Stephen King's novel It, also based on what happened on the movies already, to create a visionary strong background for the story of It, the famous dancing clown Pennywise. Of course, in the show, the whole focus was on Pennywise itself as the scary dancing clown. There were some facts from every character and their past, but we didn't have enough time in the first season of that show to look more into General Shaw's background. At least we all who have watched the show are familiar with what scared young Bernard Shaw in his childhood. That one-eyed, ugly, toothless old man he met back at the circus. In fact, he never met Pennywise at the circus before. And there was that ugly old man turned into his absolute fear as made him to come back to Derry after all these years to catch Pennywise and use maybe as a weapon against Russia. I mean, this ugly old man that was General Bernard Shaw's worst fear projected onto Pennywise now is present in Fromland as a trickster shapeshifter playing with these poor people, catching them one by one through his plans and tricks he has in his sleeve. And maybe his appearance and presentation in From TV show looking like General Shaw's worst childhood fear, which was wounded him to point to the military's role in this drastic tragic project. Also, it can be a very quick trigger to us audiences to remind us of it, a dark spirit or creature that has this ability to turn into everyone's worst fears. And when you think of Fromland with almost 47 residences, can you imagine how they all project all their worst fears onto each other at the same time? The most of these wounds have received to them from their fathers and ancestors. Seems we have to pay for our fathers' sins and wrongdoings. Some childhood wounds come from mothers, but the most of them have received to us by our own fathers. And we all have carried all these wounds that have turned into burdens, causing repeating patterns in our lives. Seems being stuck in the same place but in different times. These type of wounds always turn into our weaknesses if we let them be stuck to the past and didn't let go. No matter where we live, who we portray to be in the society, no matter how much cost our clothes or what type of car we ride, if we carry that wound as our baggage, as our suitcase, still we need to stay here in Fromland. And even if we decide to leave, face with the same goddamn tree on the road and go back to the same old patterns, home sweet home Fromland. As I mentioned before, if we think of the man in yellow as the shapeshifter trickster spirit, like it as Pennywise, it means all these people are projecting their own worst fears onto each other and trapped. This is how a massacre can be created. They can happen completely unexpected like a car crash, and after we have buried and hid all together, it will turn into a huge baggage, not only for one of them but for all 47 members of them. And let me to introduce. This is how a very personal issue turns into a social problem.
I always feel like
If you are anything other than some bedtime fucking story that we tell ourselves, then you will tell me why.
Because what happens next is my favorite part.
somebody's watching me.
The moment we meet Sophia for the first time, we met her and she has exactly dressed the same with Sarah as we met her for the first time in the pilot episode. Sarah used Father Cutlery to claim herself as an innocent person, and here Sophia used the priest to enter into the town. Who exactly knows what is going on? Especially When we had the boy invite before who seemed to allure people to do some weird things and seems now he doesn't want to play games anymore with them. Or maybe they both are the same.
I always feel like
If you are anything other than some bedtime fucking story that we tell ourselves, then you will tell me why.
Because what happens next is my favorite part.
somebody's watching me.
As the car crash happens, it seems Sophia is in danger and her head had been about to be cut. This is Tabitha uses her Bible as a shield to protect her neck from harm. This is a metaphor for Sophia using that priest to enter the town safely. In a scene, we see Boyd standing by the window at the colony house. Seems he's looking out of the window, but in fact he's looking into himself, and surely he is thinking about what Acosta called him, a monster. And the moment Donna arrives and calls him, asking him to talk to people and tell them the story, he only mentions on Sophia talking about her new life and even can't finish his words, so pessimistic and broken. And maybe this is the first time we see him cries in front of Ellis, his son. Back to the clinic, Kenny is accompanying Sophia when she is by her father. Kenny is a strong lad, but the shapeshifter Trickster has chose the most strongest of them at the first place. At least we found that next part that was the best part means season 4, where we have to see all that Dobton's secrets turns into chaos and turns all of them against each other. Whatever they are facing with seems real, but all have been created by all their fears and dirty little secrets they kept inside and never talked about. The first episode ends in a sad repeating pattern, exactly the same with what happened to Megan and his mother in the pilot episode. This time we have Julie and Tabitha by the door at the sunset, still waiting for Jim to come home. And it seems Ethan has a pre-understanding on what has happened to his father. He believes his father has died. This is Tabitha and Julie trying to convince him that Jimmy is alright. After all, it seems Ethan knows more than everyone thinks. And maybe this is because of that seizure he endured the night he arrived to Fromland and spent at RV with his father, Chrissy and Boyd. And maybe he already saw that his father will be removed because Victor's father is in the town. Because it's the rule, and it seems everyone arrives to Fromland is exactly after someone else has been removed. It seems the first exact same pattern is repeating over and over again. But this time, instead of that ugly nasty granny, this is a ghost present at their house. Maybe this is Jim's ghost, which I have doubt. Another tree comes this way. After all, Smiley's coming back is not only comes as an embarrassment for Boyd, only to disappoint him and make him to lose hope in his fate, and at the same time, all those secrets and untold and unexplained stories has caused a sense of doubt which causes more fear through people, especially as they can't trust Boyd anymore, they seem hopeless, and because of the sense of lack of protection, they feel scared, and this triggers their darkest and deepest wound, which is the father wound. In one of my early reviews on season 3, I mentioned on the grandfather paradox only to explain you how the man in yellow can be counted as Julie's grandfather, or maybe one of his early ancestors. And they are chasing after each other through different timelines as they are seems to be Rick and Morty. Of course, what has happened has happened. Based on the grandfather paradox theory, you can't go back through the time to kill your grandfather, because if you do this, it's against time and nature's rules, and it means that you never have been born and your existence will be under question. If your grandfather dies in the past, of course he has never been existed at the first place to become your grandfather. The same goes vice versa. for Julie as a storyboker, and based on what Ethan mentioned to her before, she is only a storyboker and just can visit the past events, not changing them. This is something that the man in yellow also tells her, but I'm sure that Julie has her own reasons for time travel. As we saw, she was the one entered into that dungeons and threw that rope down for Boyd to climb. And it was not a revisit of a past event. Julie had never been there before, and it seemed like a time synchronicity happened at the same time. Just like a miracle, not only for Boyd to be saved, but as a reminder for Julie maybe that sometimes this synchronicity happens and you can change an event and edit the past. May this happens again for her in Jim's case.
I always feel like
If you are anything other than some bedtime fucking story that we tell ourselves, then you will tell me why.
Because what happens next is my favorite part.
somebody's watching me.
I will discuss you on all these matters in my next review, which I will release on episode 2, and at the same time I will do all my effort to upload Sarah reviews for you on YouTube, because I'm sure you will need to know about my theories and discussions on her and how she manifested those Saccades and created a chain of events to turn the page in her own benefit. Count on that as her revenge. Family is my family. I love you and miss you a lot, but I only have this access to upload my reviews, and as my connection and VPN is not safe, my channel is in restricted mode for me. I can't watch my subscribers' videos and even my own review. Also comments. I only can upload and post and watch some short videos right now. By the way, hope you enjoyed my review. I also have to thank you family for all your kind comments and support, and my special thanks to from cast and crew, especially Master John Griffin, Mr. Hughes, Dear Dog, for their kind support. In hope for a better day when there is no place for war and cruelty and everyone in peace and harmony. I said I'm not into the YouTube compliments. Like if you enjoyed my review and share the video with others and be my voice from Iran. Subscribe to my channel to support me and turn the bell if you wanna see more on From TV show. Thanks for watching my reviews. See you all in my next review. For now, love and light in peace and harmony to the eternity.